Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the RST X-3. The RST X-3 is the newest ball in the HP4 line, and it is going to be the middle ground between something like a gem and an RST X2. Inside the RST X-3 you have the RST core, which is the Roto Tour core, which in 15 pounds has an RG of 2.53, a differential of 0.53, and a PSA of 0.16. So what this is going to do is it's going to have a nice strong overall motion. It does have a Microtrax hybrid cover stock, so it's going to be kind of similar to the X1. What I saw so far in the review was the Microtrax hybrid did give me a little bit more length compared to something like the X1 and a little bit more overall shape. It does come at the 4K fast finish. I did throw it out of box at the 4K fast, and then later on I did decide to throw it at about a 2000 polish, just that way I could get it down the lane a little bit further. The layout that I have on my RST X3 is 60 by 5 by 50. Once again, I'm just trying to test layouts, that way I can kind of see what's going to work best for me on two-handed. The Ultra Reality was a perfect layout for that ball, but I do just want to explore a little bit further with layouts as time goes on. For the review, I am bowling on two different patterns. On lane 2, we do have Port Huron's typical house shot, which is about 43 feet. Then on lane 17, we actually decided to throw down a little bit of a sport shot. We're going to be bowling on Abbey Road, which is a 40-foot pattern with about 24.2 milliliters for volume. With it, it was just something that I wanted to try a little bit different. On lane 17, there are some shots in there that the ball is at box, and then as time went on, I did decide to polish it, like I said. Just give me a little bit more length and a little bit more control, especially for what I was bowling on. So what I found with the RST X3 out of box is that it did want to hook a lot in the front, and then once it hit the spot, it allowed you to go a little bit straighter. So the second it hit the spot, it would just start to turn and then go straight. So in turn, this basically pushed me a little bit further left, just that way I could clear the heads a little bit better and work it off that spot. I would say this is going to be a ball that's really good if you're somebody who likes to hook the lane a lot, or if you're maybe a little bit less rev dependent and speed dominant. This would be able to give you a little bit more ball motion overall. What I did find is sometimes the ball would just burn up a little bit too much, so it would hit the spot and just create a flat 10 or wrap 10 just because there wasn't enough energy with it. When I did decide to polish it though, what I did find is that it did kind of solve that problem. So in turn, when it would hit the spot, it would continue off the spot a little bit better, and it didn't burn as much energy in the heads. It gave me about 2 feet longer on the hook phase, I would say, and that's what was causing it to get a little bit more continuous motion. When I compare this ball to something like a reality check, what I found with the reality check is that it is a rounder motion overall. So what would happen is it's going to be clean through the fronts, but the continuation off the spot is a lot higher. So where I would compare these balls is, I would say the X3 is going to be more of a one ball, just because it can handle a little bit higher volume and push through it, versus the reality check is a little bit better on the breakdown part of it, just because of the rounder motion. So when it hits the spot, it's going to continue off of it, versus the X3, you would be able to play on the fresh, just because when it hits the spot, it's going to go a little bit more direct off the spot, I would say. So that's how I would have them lined up in my bag. Personally, you probably could have both in your bag. It depends on how your bags are set up, I would say. For me, I'm going to probably put my X3 in more of a tournament bag and take it to a tournament, versus like a house shot. What I found on the house shot is just a little bit too much motion for me, I would say, and too much hook. It pushed me further left than where I really wanted to be, especially on a little bit fresher of a pattern. As breakdown would happen, it's just going to continue to push me further left, and I would have to get out of this ball very, very quickly. I did like it overall, don't get me wrong. It's just more of a tournament piece, I would say. At the polish, definitely a good breakdown ball. Great step down from the gem. Even at the 4K fast, going to be a great step down from something like a normal reality or a gem or a proton, something of that nature. Thank you for watching my review. I do want to give a shout out to Storm and Turbo Products for giving me great equipment that I can utilize and show off to you guys. Please like and subscribe for future ball reviews.